Right, hello all the crazy people out there, my name is Dragonite, welcome back to Pokemon Ultra Moon. So, last time, we defeated the champion in the rematch, and today, there is one more thing I want to do before calling it, and that is that I want to see some of the other characters who I could rematch. So, I've replayed the Elite Four, and I've come back to the Champions Room. As I understand it, the first person you will rematch will always be Hao, but after that, there can be an array of characters that might show up. Sophocles, in this case, is apparently the one who decided to show up today. I came to keep my word about us having a battle next time, and I said after my trial, after my trial at the observatory. Okay, so that's your intro. I am going to stand here, so I'm gonna probably see if I can fight like 3 or 4 of these guys. After this fight is over, I will reset. And I'll see if, I don't know if the opponent who you fight is like set in stone when you enter the Elite Four, or if it's randomly generated when you walk up to the big seat at the end. But I'm going to let's see, let's get the Stealth Rocks out of the way. I'm going to see if I can get away with just resetting so that I don't have to like spend 45 minutes refighting the Elite Four. I also don't really want the levels of my team to go up and up and up as I fight these guys. I don't want to like rematch these guys and suddenly have my team be like level 75 across the board, because I feel like that would be a little bit of a what did you do, spiky shield? That means that I should probably use a non-contact move. I think earth power should be super effective. I don't really want my team to be like level 75 across the board when I fight these guys, because that'll be a little bit like, you know, not the most interesting and or difficult and or anything fight. Let's see. You're going to use electric terrain. I don't know the effects of that off the top of my head. I guess I'll find out in a minute. I don't know if that, for example, like raises the stats of electric types, or like prevents status, or like randomly has a chance of paralyzing non-electric type Pokemon or anything like that. Anyway, this might actually be the advantageous Pokemon to... Oh, you know what? Never mind. I don't have any more power points on Earth Power. I did use a lot of power points on Earth Power earlier in the Elite Four. How about we don't do that then? How about we load for core? I take neutral... You're retreating? How often does the AI do that? Oh, you know what? You were fearing an electric ground-type move, weren't you? So you switched out to somebody who has Levitate. Alright, well, that's okay, because I also don't have anything that I can do to you anyway, so we're going to, What was that flickering? Was that a shadow? Alright, this might be the first time in a very long time that, the Scald didn't KO something that I thought it was going to KO. Fortunately, Vikavolt is not fast. It's one of the rare slow electric types. Ampharos comes to mind. Can't really think of too many others. Slow electric types. Anyway, Electivire is going to come on in, and Electivire is going to take more Stealth Rocks damage. I don't know if you really thought that one through, Sophocles. You're going to Thunder Punch me. That is a neutral hit, but it did take down Seadra there, having a, being at low health already. Alright, so, how about what I do? Should I bring in Pico, and should I have Pico just do Pico things for some amount of time? So you're down to 3 Pokemon out of 5. Soon to be down to... Okay, I didn't think you were going to be faster than me. Soon to be down to 2 Pokemon out of 5. Unfortunately, I'm going to take probably a lot of recoil from this. Alright, bye, Electivire. And Pico's been damaged by the recoil. We're going to get some experience, and Golem is coming on in. Okay, so... I can't do anything to Golem. That's great. Let's get out of here. Like, if I want someone different to fight who hasn't been doing a lot of fighting, Gonlahas does have Giga Drain, and I'm pretty sure Alolan Golem is Rock Electric. Unless you're Ground Electric. Oh no, you know what? Earth Power says super effective. It's gotta be Rock Electric. Alright. Let's see how this goes. I'm guessing you're gonna use a Rock-type move on me, or a Ground-type move on me. You're gonna use Stone Edge. I resist that. Okay. I do kinda want to see, though. Yes, Gonlahas finally has the leftovers. I do kinda want to see Will Giga Drain, like, actually do a lot of damage? Giga Drain did not really do a lot of damage. Okay. If I still had the, you're still using Stone Edge, so I guess you don't have a better move to use on me. If I still had the Expert Belt, that would turn this, like, 3-hit KO into maybe a 2-hit KO. It's gonna be close. Yeah, I think that would have been a 2-hit KO if I still had the Expert Belt, but that's okay. Stone Edge is not doing the Stone Miss thing that it is often known to do. But I think I'm going to finish you off on this turn. And I'm going to get some Lefty's Recovery. I haven't called it that in a long time. And we're going to see who your last Pokemon is. Alright, so I'm going to get some experience from that. And you're going to Magnezone. I can't do anything to a Magnezone. Alright, so should I try and get through this without, like, actually having one of the big two, the heavy hitters, the Pseudo-Legends, actually doing something? I don't want to risk switching into Pico. What do I think Magnezone is even going to have? Like, Flash Cannon? I guess I resist Flash Cannon. I can switch on a Flash Cannon. Reflect. Interesting. Okay. Arguably, Flash Cannon probably would have been way better. But we're going to use Flare Blitz anyway. And we're going to hope that being super effective, being 120 base power, having Stab, that's enough to cut through it, was not. I actually don't know if that would have KO'd you. I actually don't know if that would have KO'd you even if the Reflect wasn't up. Which is kind of impressive. You might have, you probably got effort value investment in there somewhere. Well, I guess, Pico wasn't able to get the job done, so we're gonna go switch in Fusroda. And Fusroda is going to go and use Close Combat. Should I have used, like, Devastating Drake as my finishing move just to see if it's enough? Oh, it wouldn't have been enough because it's, the Reflect is still up. Yeah, that Close Combat still... I would have thought that that would have hit for even more damage than Flare Blitz did, but it did about the same amount of damage, by the looks of it. Might have been a little bit more, because Flare Blitz had some assistance at the beginning from the Stealth Rock damage, but it wasn't a lot. It's maybe like 10 or 15% more at best. Anyway, Fusroda grows to level 70. Gondalahas is going to get some experience, and we have defeated Sophocles. Okay, so that is one of these guys. And what I want to know... Alright, so we're going to go and see the defend the title screen. What I want to know is, can I simply start select L and R to reset and get another opponent? Start select L and R is going to be that button combination. And the moment of truth, as we reboot the game, and we reload, and we walk up to the big chair again. And are we going to fight Sophocles again? We are not. Okay, we're going to fight How. I don't really want to fight How again. I've already fought How a lot. So we're going to try this again. And we're going to hope that we roll, like, I don't know, that red dragon tamer guy who I mentioned last time, who I don't really know much about. Okay, Hapu. New opponent. So you are, if memory serves, a ground-type specialist. That is not going to exempt you from the Stealth Rock treatment, unfortunately, but hopefully some other Pokemon I have, Kingdra, for example, will be able to cut through your team without too much trouble. So you're going to start with a Golurk. Your ace has got to be a Mudbray, right? Like, that's your thing, Mudbray. Your ace is most likely going to be a Mudbray. So level 68, I'm gonna go and toss out the Stealth Rocks. Oh, right, I've also got a Night Slash, which might be not too bad for dealing with this thing in particular. Phantom Force. Interesting choice. I do have a move that will allow me to, avoid being on the scene when that lands. I don't think it's really gonna do much. Oh, does that still hits you when you're in the middle of Fly? Okay. Either that or you've got, like, no guard. Does Golurk learn, can Golurk have no guard? I don't think, I'm pretty sure Golurk's main ability is Iron Fist, although that might have just been the ability that everyone used. I don't know if it gained an ability later on. I'm pretty sure you had Iron Fist when I did competitive. Anyway, so Phantom Force is going to bring Birdbrain into the red. I'm just gonna go and finish you off with the Night Slash. Okay, you've got to have no guard, because I hit you when you were in the middle of Phantom Force. That would not happen unless you had no guard. Because the thing about no guard is that it also hits attacks on you always hit, as well as attacks on the opponent. So that's probably not the effect that most people know about it, but it is definitely an occasionally useful feature of the move.
Hey.
If you I don't know, if you're trying to use like a low accuracy move on like Blue's Machamp or something in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Anyway, what did you do? Whatever it did, it missed. I'm just gonna go and use Ice Beam and clear you out of the way really fast. Dragon Rush, that would explain why it missed. Unfortunately, you are faster, and Dragon Rush is 100 base power plus stab plus super effective, so... Are we gonna mirror match it? Let's go and mirror match it. I have Dragon Claw, which is 20% weaker than Dragon Rush, but it also has perfect accuracy. Let's go and, oh, you're still faster. Alright, are you... Are you Scarf? Do you have effort value investment? I know that, and I've come back to this a couple of times, but I know that sometimes good trainers in Pokemon games will have, like, effort value investment. I also don't know if, like, there is the possibility that you are Scarfed. Let's see, let's do this the lame way. I'm gonna survive this. I'm bulky enough that... Really? Fine. Alright. Can you miss... You cannot miss. Yeah, that's the other thing that Dragon Rush does, doesn't it? Is that it has a flinch chance. Alright, so this is not going well. I thought this was going to be one of the easier ones, but this Flygon, yeah, the thing about having a Dragon Mono-ish type is that you're a fast Dragon type, and that definitely kind of sort of puts the brakes on what I'm trying to do here. So, Stone Edge, I could actually take another Stone Edge if it doesn't crit. But I don't want to take that chance. By the way, you're not Scarf because you changed your move. So I guess you just have a nature or an effort value investment. So Flygon is going to go down. And Streambakor is going to gain some experience. And we're going to try and do the thing where we just, like, cut through the rest of your team with, like, one Pokemon. Because the rest of my team is in trouble. So, let's, I mean, I'm not really in trouble. It's more of a, like... the illusion of being in trouble because I have more revival items than I know what to do with. But Gastrodon went down in one hit. That's pretty nice. Gastrodon's bulky. I wasn't sure if that was going to work out. Crocodile is going to come on in and nerf my attack back to +0. But I think an Outrage... Come on. Alright, we're that close. Fine. Dragon Claw. I should survive that if I took the Stone Edge as well as I did. Let's go Extreme Speed. And let's not hit ourselves. And we hit ourselves. Alright. I just barely survived hitting myself, but unfortunately, yeah, that's another one of those most necessary critical hits. Unfortunately, I did not just barely survive the Dragon Claw. Alright, so we've got, like, only one Pokemon left who can really do anything here before I start reviving things. Let's see, Leech Life is super effective. Ooh, you're faster. That's gonna be a problem. I might have to revive someone here. Wow. Alright, so if we assume your last Pokemon is Mudbray. Let me see. This could be a problem because I expect Crocodile is gonna be faster than Kingdra if Flygon was, because Crocodile is decently fast. That's what I'm looking for. And I might, if I have any useful cross items, I might want to use cross items. In order to potentially sponge a hit here. Do I have a cross defense? I've got a cross defense. I don't have any cross speeds. Alright, we're gonna use a cross defense. And that's going to give me some defense, and hopefully I'll survive the super effective Dragon Claw. Okay, I'm safe. Let's see. I'm assuming your last Pokemon is Mudbray. Let's go and use Scald. You're gonna use Dragon Claw again. And that's gonna bring me down to about 40% or so. Mudbray, I don't think is that fast. You have the Stamina ability, which will raise your defense when you get hit by a move. By a physical move, but Scald is special. Mudsdale, sorry, the fully evolved form. It's the moment of truth. Alright, super effective, stab, choice specs. And no! Okay, come on, do something dumb. Oh, it is any move, it's not just a physical move. Do something dumb. Oh, this is it. Good game, Hapu. I have to say, I did not expect this one to be more difficult than, you know, one of the other ones. That Flygon really did a lot of work in that fight. Yeah, I didn't survive that. Alright. Let's reset again and try for another opponent. Guzma, alright. Big bad Guzma is here. It's your boy Guzma. Oh, he didn't do his intro? That's too bad. So Guzma's gonna challenge the league. And let's see. You are... Okay, yes, bug types. Alright, I don't know why I suddenly couldn't remember what type you specialize in. I feel like I should know that considering how many times I did fight you through the main story. So, Big Bad Guzma is gonna is gonna send out Golisopod. And we are going to go and Stealth Rock you. And that's going to do some extra damage to bug types as they switch in. Waterfall is not probably going to do a whole lot. I suppose being a flying type, I can use actual fly on you and it'll be super, same type attack bonus, super effective and that sort of thing. So we'll just do that. And I don't know if you got like you didn't use First Impression. I guess you decided that that wasn't going to do anything because it's like quarter effective against Bird Brain. But you can go and use Waterfall again. I can go and, let's see, use Fly again. And this is probably going to be the end of Bird Brain, but it should do a decent hit to Golisopod, so we'll just get you out of the way. Oh, nice, critical hit. Finally, a critical hit that came in handy in my favor. Could have used that in the last fight, couldn't I? So, Vikavolt is coming on in. That's not the first Vikavolt we've seen, and well, I was going to say I doubt it'll be the last, except it will be, because I'm not going to do too many other fights against this guy, in this game. Anyway, I'm gonna let Bird Brain go down because I don't really feel like deking a switch into Gonlahas again. Instead, what I feel like doing is, like I could get some Dragon Dances going, and I could do the thing that I've been doing, or I could try and like actually give Luck Vakor a fight, which he didn't really get in the last fight. We'll do that. So. You'll come on in, and I will use Scald on you. And, Scald should be a decent neutral hit against most bug types, except for, I don't know, Parasect. But Parasect just dies when you look at it anyway, so it would kill something like that anyway. Pinsir, okay, so that I can make this work. So Pinsir is going to have a lot of physical attack, and if I can actually burn you, even if I don't kill you with Scald, you're faster than me, interesting. That did a little more than half. If this doesn't kill you, which it might not because Pinsir is very bulky, I would have appreciated a burn there. Okay. We are not going to risk another one of those because I don't want to take another like 51% and then just lose the Pokemon. So you're going to use Cross Scissor on someone who resists it, and that's going to do a lot of damage actually, considering that I have a resisted hit and also multi-scale. That would have been close to 1 KO if I didn't have both of those things. Let's see. I'm gonna go use Dragon Dance once. Whether this becomes an attempted... Oh. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Whether or not this becomes an attempted sweep, I don't know. Why does it look like I'm fighting like on the inside of like some kind of dome? Like there's like glass on top. I guess that's so that you don't like fall off and fall to your death or whatever. You think it would be really hot in here inside a glass dome open to the sky on a tropical island? Maybe the altitude has an effect. Do Pokemon have, like, altitude impacts on their, like, combat performances the way that, like, real-life athletes do? I can't say that's a question I've ever thought to ask before. That would be an interesting mechanic for sure. I feel like people would also be really annoyed about it after a while. If, you know, you had a Pokemon fight and just automatically all of your stats were reduced by like 10% because of the altitude. So Scizor is coming in, and Scizor is probably, this is probably the end of the line for Bird Brain. I feel like you probably have Bullet Punch, yeah. Alright, that's alright. I've got a Torracat, and I think Torracat is going to be able to eat Scizor for breakfast. I don't think there's really much you can do here. Like, I guess Cross Scissor or Bug Bite being a neutral hit is still going to do a decent amount coming from a Scizor. But, like, I've got the defenses to take that and more, so we're just going to go set ourselves on fire, run into your head first, and that's it for Scizor. Alright, good job, Guzma. I think I'm going to reset a couple more times trying to hope for a battle again. I think I'm going to reset a couple more times trying to hope for a battle against Ryuku, because I want to see how Dragon versus Dragon goes. But if I do that, then great. If I'm not able to do that after 5 or 6 resets, then we're just going to cut to the end. Oh, you know what? Kukui. Alright, so I kind of forgot that you were an option. But you might be as good a way to end this off as any. So I think I'm going to fight Kukui, and then I'm going to call it. So, this is, he is filing this under research purposes. I guess, taking a trip up to the top of the Pokemon League is his idea of a tax write-off or something. So, we're going to fight Kukui. Alright, the Professor Oak fight that we never got in Red and Blue. Have there ever been any other battles against Oak at any point in Pokemon? I don't remember if Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee had anything like that, if they brought anything like that back. I know that's a pretty common thing to do in, like, fan games and stuff, but, I can't recall if that ever happened in an official game. Alright, so you're gonna start with Stone Edge, and I'm gonna start by not getting hit by Stone Edge, so we're off to a good start. Let's see. I mean, like, I could poison you so that you take damage over time and then something happens while I'm in the middle of, like, switching out. I do want to know how much damage Stone Edge is going to do to Bird Brain, though, and the answer is not much. Okay. So, that wasn't super scary. We are going to go and poison the Lycanroc. If I really want to. Oh, Lycanroc. It's also a pun on, like, Lycan. Whoever came up with that one was terrible. I think this might be my new least favorite Pokemon. So let's go and switch out to Gonlahas. And we're going to go probably use Giga Drain. Stone Edge is going to be a... oh, you're going to use Stealth Rocks too. Alright. That is going to be an inconvenience should I bring Dragonite in. Because that's going to cancel out the multi-scale. Break the multi-scale. Alright. You did your homework, I see, Kukui. So you're going to go and use Crunch, and that's going to not really do all that much to me either. Lycanroc is not all that scary. Is that going to be enough to heal me to full with the leftovers? I don't think so. No, but it got really close. Alright, so that poison was definitely a waste of a turn, but I did kind of just want to see how much damage Stone Edge was going to do to Bird Brain. You're going to use Crunch again, and I'm going to go and drain a couple of your hit points, but it's not really going to make that much of a difference to my overall HP total. You never know. Maybe that'll allow me to survive a hit that would have killed me with like 1 or 2 HP or so. So, there go the leftovers again, and your second Pokemon, this is only your second Pokemon of the game, is a Ninetales. Okay. Alolan Ninetales is Ice, right? Which means that I don't really want to be here as a dragon. So Pico, you deal with it. Yeah, that Stealth Rock damage, that hurts. Alright, so Blizzard is going to do nothing. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Alright, Flare Blitz, that should do a lot more than nothing. You're gonna use Dazzling Gleam instead. I think that's Stab, but it's also not that strong, and it's also a neutral hit. This is going to take Pico down, unfortunately, but that was enough to take Ninetales down. Alright. Nice try, Ninetales. Pico, You did good. Coming in next, who do I want to bring in next? Let's bring in Lokvakor, just because I like Lokvakor. Okay, Braviary, who had you? Kahili had you in the Flying type Elite Four. I don't know if I doubt you're gonna have Mandibuzz. Also, I doubt you're gonna have the duo there. I think every one of the Pokemon on your team is here to serve a different purpose. All right, Tailwind. That probably doesn't matter here because Lokvakor isn't the fastest anyway. Oh, you know what? This is one of those situations where, despite being super effective, I think Scald would have done more because Stab plus Specs. Oh no. It would have been, if I had Stab plus the Rain, it would have done more, but because the Choice Specs are applied to both, and yeah. Anyway, Primarina, the third starter. Let's see, I can't really do anything to you. Are you also part Fairy? I think you're also part Fairy, so let's switch into a Steel type here. And Moonblast, yeah, that's a Fairy move. Moonblast is going to do unkind things to Bird Brain. My special attack fell. I feel like I should heal here. I feel like if I don't heal here, there's going to be trouble. I can't hit you with a Dragon-type move, which kind of takes out my two biggest nukes. I can't hit you with, well, my three biggest, really, because that would also eliminate, like, Draco Meteor. This is one of those Pokemon who just spells trouble for a Dragon Monotype. So let's go and heal Bird Brain. I've got somewhere in here Full Restore. There we go. That'll do it. I bought all these Full Restores and never used them because I didn't really come away with too many status. I didn't really heal during any of the fights. And you're gonna go and waste your Z move, apparently. I didn't really heal in the middle of any Elite Four fights, and, like, otherwise I just used Hyper Potions when I could. There were a couple of times where I used a couple of Max Potions, because, Okay, that brought me down to Sturdy. Alright, so your Tailwind's going out. I am gonna go and do that again, because... Sturdy. I'm assuming that was a special attack. One, because water types often, but not always, are special attackers. And two, because if it wasn't a special attack, I don't think that would have brought me down to Sturdy. Alright. You might have just given me an opening there. Oh, I'm faster anyway. That tells me that other Pokemon on my team definitely should be faster than Primarina. Sparkling Aria. Okay, yeah, that had to have been a special attack, because if it was a physical attack, I don't think that would have done that much damage. Let's see, what else do we have, though? So we've got, like... I don't know if you've got Ice Beam in there or something, you might. Giga Drain should do a decent chunk. It should probably heal me to full health. Yeah, those Stealth Rocks didn't really do much to a ground type. I'm going to be faster. I want to see how much this is going to do. I doubt it's going to... Okay, that's even less than I thought it was going to. You are going to use Moonblast. You do not have Ice Beam. I might survive a Moonblast. And I did not survive a Moonblast. Okay. Worth a try. The Toxic Poison is going to start stacking up a little bit. Let me see. You are 4 times weak to Ferris, so we're not going to bring you in. Strin Bacro. I can't hit you with Outrage. Extreme Speed isn't, like, amazing. I'm gonna go for an Earthquake, assuming that I survive an Earthquake. Assuming that I survive a... whatever else you've got. And assuming that you survive this. Oh, you didn't survive this. Okay. I'm pretty sure the Toxic was the difference there. I don't think I wouldn't have... I don't think I would have killed you if you had, like, 3/16 more health. Anyway. Oh, this one's going to be easy. So, Magnezone, you are 4 times weak to Earthquake. And you are also not that fast. And any potential Sturdy you might or might not have is going to be broken by the rocks. Which is why they're there. And Magnezone can go down. Alright. Like, legitimately, Skarmory might be the MVP of this team. Because of the Stealth Rocks. And just... so many important fights could go so differently if I had to contend with Sturdy. Particularly the ones where the opponents will heal. If I get paralyzed, there's a chance I'm still faster than you. Just saying. I'm still faster than you even though I'm paralyzed. That's amazing. Alright. Good game, Snorlax. And I think that is going to be the final battle of this game, decided by my mascot Pokemon. And, yeah, you earned your lunch today. That sounds bad if you don't think about it, and it sounds even worse if you do think about it. Alright, I'm sorry, Strewn Bekro, I take that back. So we defeated Kukui, and we have seen most of the rematches that, well, not, I don't know, should I say most? I know that, like, Gladion and Lusamine and Faba can also challenge you on, I think there's specific days of the month or something like that. I know that there are options, but I think I did see most of the challengers, which is cool. So there's one more thing I'd like to do in this game, and that is going to be to not view this sequence because I've already seen it several times. But I did say way, way, way back at the beginning of the game that when I go and defeat the Elite Four, and when I have... Oh? Huh? We got a cheerleading squad now, do we? Excuse us, you're Drago, right? The new champion? We're your biggest fans. We really loved how you totally crush any opponent. We wanted to see the Pokemon League firsthand, because, you know, it's where you are. It's where you have all your battles. We climbed all the way here today. It was rough, and it's so cold. Well, you're not exactly dressed for the weather. I know, right? But we really, really didn't expect to bump into you, like the real Drago, in the flesh. I don't know what to say. Oh, you must be so busy. We're sorry to have taken up so much of your time. Just know, we'll always be cheering for you, and always. Please, just something to remember us by. A sweetheart. Okay, so I guess you've got a fan club in this game. A second sweetheart. Those are, I don't know if they've got a different use in this game, but they were only, like, healing 20 HP, which is, like, a slightly better Oran Berry. I forget if they can be consumed in battle. At least in Gen 5 when they were introduced. Let me actually check that. Let's see. Sweethearts are going to be found here. 20 HP. Yeah, it doesn't say it can be equipped.